must have hit it. But you said
Oh,
something happened. Very good. Thank you very much. How did you notice?
people are calling and texting.
So good. The technology is useful only in this sense. Nothing else. So if someone says God created me, it means he doesn't know anything really what he's talking about. But if someone says, I am, it's a language, it's not a matter of language structure, but the concept, I am given existence. That's correct. By what? By maybe everything. Let's see now. First, you realize that you are given existence. By nature, let's see. By accident, let's see. I don't know. By something superior or something, maybe, I don't know. But first, we have to realize that we are given existence. Which means, we are given existence means in the language of the Quran, we are created. The same language, same meaning. Create means give existence to something. Nothing more. Give existence to something. When you start thinking that you have some sort of qualities, for example, you are able to walk. Now, the ability to walk is given to you. You are able to think. The ability to think is given to you. But first, you have to have a right attitude to understand. So go through all your qualities and say, all these qualities, one by one, are given existence to me. That means I am given existence. Accordingly, you start thinking what the source can be. It means what can give existence to me with these qualities, adorned with these qualities. Then the next verse comes. The next sentence creates and forms it in accordance with what is meant to be. The second piece. You understand? So when you say accident, for some people say accident, or it comes to you that I may exist accidentally. Okay, can accident form me in accordance with what is meant to be in my existence? Replace nature. Define nature. What is nature? What do you mean by nature? Everybody has some images of nature. No one can be sure what it is, but still they have something, nature. The things themselves. Okay. The things themselves form me in accordance with what is meant to be in my existence. Can the matter make it? Question. So very simple. Question it. If you are convinced that yes, my particles can put me or give me a form, not a form, only physical body, no, the form of your eye, form of your thinking, form of your imaginations, form of your fear, all human qualities. Yes? Can nature, the particles themselves, what is nature? The particles themselves, the whole body of the particles, the number of the particles in the universe, can they form me in accordance with what is meant to be in my existence? Think about it. Feel free. Don't be afraid that if you think that, yes, they can, okay, go ahead. Or there must be something. Yeah? There must be something. Because since I am here, yeah, if I say, let's say, so Talu made this computer. So I look at Talu. So Talu, have you studied computer engineering?
Yes.
Really? So for how long? For how many years or something?
2-3 years.
2-3 years. Do you think you can make a computer?
No.
No, okay. So, but since I know you, you also said that's why I know you, but Talu cannot make this computer. In order to, I have to investigate the computer, the qualities of the computer. In order to assign a maker for the computer, creator for the computer, this person, this source, whatever it is, person or thing, must have enough quality to put all my particles in accordance with what is meant to be in my existence. Work perfectly. For example, what is meant to be in the existence of the computer, work perfectly like this, as we are experiencing here. Does the source have the quality to make it very comfortable? So you understand that I need a source which will give me my existence with a certain form that it will function according to the purpose in my existence. Right? So the Quran continues. Does this source, we have to, taking the verse 3, who determines the nature of creatures, yeah, this is Qaddara. But Qaddara, we said, it has two meanings. Can this source have enough quality? For example, Talu said, no, I cannot make it. It means you don't have enough quality to make a computer from scratch, right? So he doesn't have it. He cannot make it. So we have to question the source. Can it make everything perfectly fitting with each other in order to fulfill its purpose? Or not in order to fulfill its purpose. It was wrong. Sorry. It was for Heda. In order to be consistent with within its own existence, does it have the quality? Another meaning of the qaddara, which is usually used in the Arabic language, taqdir. Everybody knows that taqdirullah, God's determining. It means according to the measurement. According to the measurement, which is usually used in the language, Arabic language, miqdar. The same word, same root. Miqdar means the amount, the measurement. According to the measurement means perfectly. Enough power to do it, and also enough quality to adjust everything perfectly, fitting each other. That is taqdar. So my eyes work with the capacity of my brain. My brain works with the capacity of my heart, my lung. This is physical side of my existence. And also my emotional side. For example, I get excited, I start laughing. Yeah, so I should be able to laugh, to express it physically. Use my physical beings in a certain way that it will display or disclose my happiness in my feelings. Perfectly fitting. Everything is perfectly fitting. That is determining the nature of the things. This one determines the nature of creatures. Not to give existence and form it according to the purpose it is going to function, and then determines the nature of things. The nature of things. For example, let's say sheep, what do? They give birth to lamb. They give milk for human beings, practical things. They have to graze on the grass. They have to be able to chew. They have to have a stomach to function in the perfect way, right? Everything must be adjusted, measured to the very finest point, that there should be no discrepancy between the parts of the existing things. For example, sheep has its own consistency within its own form. Let's say, I don't know, rabbit has another within its own form. Everything is different from other, and every part must be perfectly measured and determined accordingly. You understand the word determining? Don't say that's the determination means, the divine determining. It means Qadar decides everything and we cannot do anything. With this kind of interpretation, we have nothing to do with it. We are concerned now in this class today about creation, how the things are determined perfectly. And then let it function, right? For example, the people came here to set the projector. If the projector has different parts, and let's say, okay, they are here. We cannot, if we don't really fix them together and put there, here, and there. I didn't know, for example, it goes here, it has a special place here. You don't need to have a connection wire for your computer. I understand that everything is perfectly adjusted, and what they did, they performed it. It is working perfectly. It means they guided the system work perfectly towards its fulfillment. Fulfillment of what? But the language is a little bit different to understand. The difference between sawa and had, not the difference. Oh, what, I don't know what I'm doing today. The connection between sawa and heda is thereupon guides it towards its fulfillment. Can you see my hand here? No. Towards its fulfillment. Fulfillment means what is meant to be in the existence of this being. What is meant to be? What are we going to do here as human beings? We have to question. In my existence, we have to question. First, why am I here? Question. Right? Because, again, I'm not ashamed of repeating some words every class, and maybe more than once, maybe 10 times. We are conscious beings. Never forget this. We are created. It's a very important concept. We are here, given existence. Whatever the source gave us, existence doesn't matter. It's not important at this stage. I'm given existence. What is interesting? I am aware of my existence. I am aware of my existence. I am given the ability to be aware of my existence. This is the most important subject that we have to think every day. I am aware of my own existence. How? Not because I learned. I have been encoded with it, hardwired with it. What does it mean? I am aware of my existence. I know that I have been given existence by someone by something or someone, doesn't matter, forget about the pronouns, by something, and made me be aware of my own qualities and question. Again, the ability, question, how come I have these abilities? I have been given the ability to question how I am enabled to be able to question my ability. Do you see what I mean? My existence. It is the most important subject that we have to think every day. Think about it every day, every moment. You will find yourself, if you really use this ability, you will find yourself that everything around me are given existence, and I am here also given existence, right? And I am aware of the fact that we are given existence altogether. I am aware of the fact that our existence has a purpose to be fulfilled. Why? Do you have yourself about it? Why I am given the ability to think that I have a purpose in my existence. Why? To think, why am I here? You cannot deny it. You cannot say that, I don't bother. I don't care. I am here by myself. Okay? If you don't care, why do you eat? Why do you breathe? Why do you drink? You don't care about his existence. Huh? Why do you keep your existence as a live being? Why do you want to? This is also included in your consciousness. I have to keep it. It's automatic. Every baby comes to this world, automatically what does he do? Wants to nourish well, eat something, do something, they do something, right? So it is within us. We have to question, first, the source of our existence, second, the purpose of our existence, as we are created, as we are given existence in this world. Never, ever submit to religious concepts and saying that, I don't know why God created me. It is the most misguiding question, because it is self-contradictory. You don't know why do you exist in this world, why you exist in this world. You keep bringing the word God created me, and I don't know what he has in his mind. Where did you get the idea of God? Where did you get this concept? First, you have to see the creation, the existence, and the qualities. How they work first, and then look for the source. And then you conclude that if you can conclude that, first, I cannot exist by myself. Stage one. Yeah. My particles cannot give me my existence. They need to be created. They need to be given existence. All right. The particles cannot arrange my life, give a form according to the purpose of my existence. Purpose of my existence as a human being. I'm not saying ideologically purpose. No. For example, computers, the purpose of the existence of computer is to function as it is here. We are using. Right? You, for example, give me a hand and there is no purpose in its existence. Yeah, that's why we see that there is nothing superfluous in existence. Nothing. Everything has a function, whether you find it today or you will find it tomorrow, because 200, 300 years ago, 1,000 years ago, they didn't know the purpose of the existence of many things in the world. But now people are becoming more and more aware. Oh, it is a very important function in the set of the creation altogether. It means we need to discover. We need to discover. In general, we know that nothing futile. Nothing futile in existence. Even the debris, even the dirt is not futile. Can you imagine? There is no dirt in the world. No, nothing. So see the purpose in this existence and say if the source can make it or not. When you say that, look, the whole universe is like me. The whole universe is like me. Be careful. I need to be created. I need to be given existence. And I need to be adorned with the necessary equipment in order to function for the purpose that I'm created for. Right? And everything is like that, like me. Who's arranging that? So that you can comfortably go out of the whole universe for a source. Something which is not within the universe. The source of existence. Arranging it. How about the qualities? It's very easy now. Which kind of maker, creator, which kind of source of existence it can be. It's very, look at yourself, your qualities. Here determines the nature of creatures, then how the nature of your nature has been determined. It means decided in a way that demonstrates all the qualities of its maker, and in a perfect way that they are measured and adjusted perfectly by this maker and guided it towards the fulfillment of what it is meant to be in the existence of that particular object. It may be you. What is the purpose of my existence? Because everything is guided to that direction. Now, human beings start thinking, I have been given the free will, either to search it or to ignore it, to think about it or to ignore it. Look, you have noticed, I'm sure you have noticed that we didn't say God arranged everything. Never. It is a meaningless sentence. But what we said, everything is perfectly arranged and there is no source of arrangement in this universe. So, what is the conclusion? There must be something out of there. That's what the Quran says. We will say this phrase in the Quran. La ilaha illahu. Very simple. You understand? Very simple. There is no source of existence in this world but it or he, whatever, she, whatever you like. It means something not of the nature of the universe. It's very simple. So when you are living in this world, be careful. Be conscious of this reality. Be conscious of this reality. I am here. Everybody around me are given existence with a perfect arrangement, fine-tuning. Everything is working harmoniously. No contradiction with each other. Yeah. Arranged perfectly. and also given the ability to fulfill its purpose. Now, the moon is fulfilling its purpose. It is given, automatic. The cow is fulfilling its purpose. Yes or no? If they have a baby, they take care. When they are hungry, they eat. Right? And everything. Think about anything which doesn't fulfill its purpose in its existence. What? Only man can be ungrateful to the Creator. This is the concept of the Quran. Only man. Everybody is happy with its Creator, functions perfectly as they are created automatically because they don't have even the angels. Whatever it is not our subject. Whatever it means, what angels, very problematic language, but we refer to it from time to time. Angels fulfill their purpose perfectly with no discordance with the purpose of their existence. Only. So it is great to be a human being, most developed or the most perfect creation, but the most problematic creation because of one thing. Why? That's it, you got it. Free will. We can acknowledge it, we can act accordingly, we may ignore it, we can go against it. Nothing in the world do what human beings can do. Free will. Yes, Akhdam, did you want to say something? You said, I thought you raised your...
The sister answered the question.
Okay. Do you think we got the right answer, or do you have any other option?
Well, judging from my existence, how it's went so far, I don't think there is any other option.
Any?
There is no other answer, correct?
There is what?
There is no other option.
Yeah. So, but is it difficult to act in accordance with the purpose of my existence? Not at all. But unfortunately, because of the freedom and because of the lack of consciousness about the importance of the freedom, we divert ourselves without referring to our reality, saying that, look, I'm doing this. I have a free will, I'm doing that. To me, apart from the biological reasons, if any of us has, but be careful, don't misunderstand, any problems, psychological problems, it is just because of our free will. We are choosing something wrong. We are treating ourselves in the wrong way. No other reason. I am depressed. You are using your free will in the wrong way. Be careful. Face your reality. I am using my free will in the wrong way. Face it. Accept it. And after diagnosing the problem, the solution is easy. Very easy. I am not really utilizing my free will within my own capacity as they are given to me in the right way, I will be in trouble. You know that your consciousness is the source of everything. Let me say something to you which may be disturbing for those people who never think about what they believe in. Your consciousness comes first, then everything else. Quran Muslims, the Prophet, no. The Quran guides us. Your consciousness comes first. Then you have to be aware that I am conscious of what I am doing. Why am I here? I can question all this. And then if you decide to be honest with yourself, with your own qualities, and face them with your own qualities in a realistic way without diverting, swerving in some other directions. Say, I'm not using my free will in the right way. Be brave. It is my mistake. It's very simple. Be brave. Be realistic to yourself. God doesn't say that, no, you shouldn't do a mistake. No, I've never seen any verse, anything that the people are expected not to make any mistake. No, we make mistakes. It's quite normal. What is expected of us? Accept. Yeah, accept it. It means, yeah, this was a mistake. I repent. I accept, I admit, confess it. You will solve all your problems. Be realistic. Don't be disappointed because you have misused your free will. Okay, just find out where, because you are given the ability to be conscious of what is going on within your own existence. Find out where I have distorted my usage of free will to choose the wrong way rather than guide it. You know this one? Guidance towards fulfillment. Fulfillment is the meant to be in my existence. What is meant to be in my existence? Ask. Why are you here? Ask yourself. Why do you think am I here? Don't say that I'm going to read the Quran and learn the Muslims or Christians, the Bible, and learn why am I here. No, it is external. Be careful about this. Don't fall into religious concepts to mislead yourself. First, you have to go back to your own consciousness and question within your own self. Question within your own self where I am contradicting with the purpose of my existence by misusing my free will, choosing the wrong way. You are free. No one interferes into your freedom, including the creator of the freedom, free will, does not interfere into the usage of your free will. You are free, set free. That's my promise until you die. Finish. Until I give you give an end to your existence in this world. Not existence totally, but existence in this world, literally my life in this world. Until I give you an end to your life in this world. It means transform it into another type of existence. Now you are free. I'm not going to take it out. If someone says, you know, I cannot really know how to use my free will, so I have to go to the religious sources to tell me, it is escapism. It is escapism. First, you have to be consistent within yourself, and then look, this verse, this is important. The third, look, khalaqa, one aspect of our existence. Sawa, another aspect of our existence. Qaddara, another aspect of our existence. Hada, another aspect of our existence. But, religiosity, being religious, and it means really adopting the culture and imitating it. Really, this is like this. I've seen many examples there. God created us. God really formed us in accordance with the purpose of our existence. God really determined the nature of us, and God guides us through revelation. You see the diversion? You see the escapism from the line of thinking? Do you understand? Unless you use the ability, this is very careful, be very, very, very careful here. Unless you start questioning or searching within your existence, the guidance within you. It means your consciousness. And then if you say, I want to be aware of the purpose of my existence, let me examine it. And only after that, be careful, we are really going into a detail and very fine point. Only after that, the speech of God gives you teaching, guiding, helps you to discover what is in yourself, helps you learn what is within yourself, within your own capacity. We discussed this matter on several occasions. We don't learn anything what is not within our capacity. Can you tell me an example? That we may learn something which is not in our capacity. Can you think of an example? If I don't have the capacity to understand the existence of something beyond the capacity of this universe, how can I know that there must be something which is beyond the capacity of this universe and gave existence to this universe? If you don't have the capacity. Do you understand? If you don't have the capacity to comprehend the existence, necessary existence of the Creator, how can you believe or how can you accept that there must be a Creator, which is not within your capacity? So the guidance from the speech teachings of God, what does it say? This Quran is a guidance for those people who want to help, to fulfill the guidance within themselves. Do you understand this? It looks like as if Quran is not as a really serious source. It is a serious source. Speech of the teacher is a serious source. Can you imagine? This is the machine, and you want to use it in the perfect way. You are very much cautious not to make a mistake and spoil it. What do you do? The first time you got the machine, what do you do? You got the machine first time, and well, you don't want to spoil it. You are very cautious not to make a mistake in you are using it, which is called in the Quranic language muttaqi, taqwa. I shouldn't spoil it. It means really trying to be careful, sensitive about not making or misusing your existence. Taqwa. Then these people need what? Guide. Guide for what? Machine. Give the machine. handbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, manufacturer's handbook or manual, how to use it. Yeah. So because you are, I will use this Arabic word, even if some of us maybe, but most of you know it. Because you are muttaqi, it means that this muttaqi, ittiqa, comes from a word that wiqaya, it means, oh, very careful not to spoil it, not to touch. Yeah, mother is very muttaqi not to hurt the baby. You like that? No, I shouldn't really damage it. I shouldn't really break her bones or something. That they are very fragile, very muttaqi. If the mother says, oh, when I go to bed, I sleep 8 hours. That's that straight. Yeah, without any break. Okay. And the same man, the same woman, as a baby, now she's sleeping, snoring. When the baby said, oh, no, wake up. And you said you couldn't wake up. No, because of the internal taqwa within ourselves, sometimes, for example, mother's affection for the baby is not out of free will. But here we are talking about any matter which is within the frame of free will. Now, if you are muttaqi, not to use yourself in the wrong way, not to contradict the purpose in your existence, you have to deal with yourself as a baby. You are the mother, your being is a baby. How can I not damage it? Or you got a very, let's say everybody is an expert on computers or machines, iPhones now, but except me, I'm not really. So when the first time, let's say, iPhone is introduced and lots of functions, it has lots of functions, you paid a lot of money. The first time they charge you a lot, and the rest is really worth nothing. So they know what they are doing. So you paid a lot of money. It is very fragile. It is very important for you. What you do, very precious. What you do, you are very careful how to put it. You are very careful not to spoil it, not to mess up with it. And then put it in a certain cover. And if a person comes and takes it and starts playing with it like that, no, you are muttaqi. Muttaqi means this, right? If you have this choice as a result of your free will, then the guidance of the speech, the teacher's handbook, helps you. Otherwise, you can memorize the handbook. If you are not muttaqi, not to spoil the machine, you can learn everything from the handbook, but you treat it as an external source of culture for you. Really, it is nothing. I don't think you can benefit from it at all. First, you have to feel the need how to fulfill and how you fulfill to use your abilities without spoiling it, without messing it up, according to the purpose of your existence. You have to say, why am I here? What is expected of me? How can I really train myself in order to fulfill the purpose of my existence in this world? When you start thinking about it, okay, don't forget your question. When you do question or comment, whatever, when you start feeling about it, you start developing the sensitivity not to spoil the purpose of your existence, not to misuse it, not to corrupt it. Do you understand? Not to corrupt it. And then you can really get guidance from the verbal explanation. And in the case of the Muslim tradition, Quran. Christian or Jewish tradition, I don't know Christian tradition, but Jewish tradition, Torah. Then you can get guidance from it. Even in the Bible, but it is more difficult to see the guidance in it. Although the Quran says in the Quran, in the Bible, there is light, there is guidance. In the Quran, even the Quran says itself that in the Bible, in the Torah, there is guidance. It means a manual book, how to use yourself. Now, okay.
Can you clarify what you mean by how mother does not have free will when, feeling affection?
It's automatic. For example, does she have a free will to produce milk for the baby?
Not there. No.
Not that. Okay. This is physical.
Yeah.
Emotional.
Yeah.
Not free will. But to use this way or another way and to exploit it, very important. For the ladies, be careful. The men also, they also exploit their sons. So exploit the baby's need with their imagination, although mixed with their misuse of affection. How do they do it? They want to play with the baby. Are you married? But looking at the age, are you married? No, who's married here? But then who is married? And I don't care your marriage, you don't have a baby. It's not a family life yet. When you have the baby, then you can speak, raise your hand. So, what do they do? The mothers, and also in the Eastern cultures, especially fathers, for the boys. What did they do? They love the child for their own sake, not the sake of their creator. They want to play with it. They want to keep busy themselves with it. It's a toy. Yeah, it's a toy. So what they want, they use every excuse to keep themselves with the child. In this way, what do? Not according to the needs of the child, according to their own emotional attachment to the child. They use their free will to adapt the need of the child to their own need and spoil the child. Make the child be dependent on themselves, on the parents. So the children don't go to bed, to sleep without being baby fluttered, how did they say, caressing, shaking, and run after them to feed. If they're hungry, they will eat. Prepare the food, get it ready, finish. And if they ask for the food, give. If they don't, okay, you don't. But they want to eat. How do you say? Let me remember the word. They reflect their own feelings to the baby. Replace it. Replace the needs of the baby to that. That is free will. Otherwise, feeling affectionate towards the baby is automatic. Every mother automatically loves the baby. But you may say, we hear that. Of course, there are millions of babies, One of them is left by the mother for the frustration of other reasons. What do? They wrap it up and put it in a place that the people will take care of it. Still affection. Understood? Yeah, so it is, there's some things are, for example, do you want to see? That is not, that doesn't depend on your free will. For example, are you breathing now? Yeah, it's not the result of free choice. But if someone decides to commit suicide and kill himself, what does he do? He breathes, but he wants to prevent his free will to interfere. What they do, they use other means to disable them to breathe. It's what I'm, because they automatically want to breathe. To disable them, because they hang them or give them some injections, poison, this kind of things. Do you understand that? Still automatic. But free will comes on the on other subjects. Not to, that's how we are made. Anyway, our subject is free will. Not to use. We have to be very careful not to use the free will in contradiction with the way that we are guided in our creation. We are guided. This word here, in our creation. And then you can get guidance from the manual book. Do you understand? If you say, I don't care, if it is, I paid only $5 for this iPhone, if it gets spoiled, I don't care. What do? You don't really care about it. You use it in such a way that, let me try this one. If it messes up, all right, that's all right, I don't care. Then they don't use manual book. They don't use instruction. They don't listen to the teacher who teaches them how to use the machine. Unless you are decisive, determined to be careful in how to use the machine, then you just use it as you like. Otherwise, you want teaching, right? But this is your decision. That you have to be, who doesn't know the word taqwa or muttaqi? You don't know. Yeah. With the one who is very careful, very sensitive, not to make a mistake. It means not to miss himself, not to misuse himself. That is muttaqi. But in the religious circle, muttaqi means really the one who prays more rakat than others. It is ridiculous. It's nothing to do with taqwa at all. It is just being religious. No, you can do, but it is not taqwa. That's your choice, but it's not taqwa. And in the religious circle, the word has lost its real meaning. Yeah.
I'm trying to understand this, the free will part.
It's always the problem, don't worry about it, for everyone.
Yes, so in order not to misuse it,
Yeah.
that's where we go look for.
Don't use your, sorry?
That's where
No.
we, when do we?
To pay attention to your consciousness. You are aware of your existence. You are endowed with the quality to realize what you are doing right or wrong. So you have to choose within your own quality that I should do the right one.
Okay, so at what point are you saying that we need to go look for the manual then?
Then afterwards, if you are taqwa, do you understand? Muttaqi, it means you decided I have to use my abilities. I'm conscious of it. I am aware that I am created, I'm given existence by something or someone which is not within the conditions of this universe at all. So something something that gave me existence. I'm aware of it. And I want to use myself as in accordance to what is meant to be in my existence. Now, try to use yourself, your feelings, your inclinations, within yourself, and then you can go and have a reference from the manual book, verbal explanation, verbal teaching, right? Or exemplary teaching in the exemplary life of the prophets. Did you get it? But only after that. Otherwise, you have to see the consistency. You have to decide to be consistent within your own existence. Face your reality first. See it, that you are given the ability to be aware of yourself, to be aware of the purpose of your existence, but how can I fulfill it? How can I make it function in the right way? Let me find out. For example, if you are 100% sure that you need to learn computer engineering, right? What do you do? In this world, what do you do?
Get a degree.
How do you get a degree? In order to get a degree, what do you do?
Look for
Options where?
like apply and
Apply for what? Admission to where? Come on, come on.
Go to school.
school.
Who's that?
Go to school.
Go to school, man. When the computer teaching is taught. It's very simple. You go to school. If you don't go to school, you don't. But if you are not determined to be a computer engineer, if you don't feel the need for it, even if you go to school by the force of your parents, do you learn anything? So the Quran doesn't help you. Everything depends on your choice. Be brave to use your consciousness and question it, utilize it. Because look, the words here creates the first step, right? Forms it, the second step, and determines the nature of it, third stage, and guides it, fourth stage. These are all where? In the act of creation. Automatic is the new. Do you understand that?
I think that's where the problem lies for me right now, the differentiation between whatever is automatic within me and then feeling the need to consult a manual.
Consult a manual, yeah.
Why should I be consulting the manual?
Because your consciousness said I should be perfectly operating my existence in the way that it is created for this purpose, to fulfill the purpose perfectly. Because if there is a manual, why shouldn't you use it? And another argument, another aspect of this matter is, if the maker of the computer or any machine, anything, is a wise person, if he is wise enough to make the machine, what would you expect from this person? To provide a manual, how to use it, yeah? So that the people should operate it in the right way without messing it up. But the wisdom requires this. So this is my consciousness, what my consciousness telling the one who made this machine of the universe. It's the wrong way, but let's use it for the moment, for the purpose of the analogy. Machine of the universe and your own machine of your being if you think that there is a wisdom in your existence, do you think that there is a wisdom in your existence? The existence of everything, physical or emotional side of human beings. There is a wisdom, the wisdom, everything is all the nerve system, blood circulation system, or how do you say? Respiratory system, the breathing and the lungs work, and with harmony with the heart and everything, your other members of your body, everything, your lungs, your kidneys and everything, liver and everything works perfectly. I think that definitely my maker is a wise one. What? I mean, I will use a sarcastic language. He's a wise guy. Really? He's doing everything perfectly. So, as a result of this reasoning, you say, this guy must have a money in his book to help those people who don't want to spoil the machine. Do you understand taqwa? Do you understand taqwa? If you don't want to spoil your being, you are a taqwa. Now you look for the guidance. After that, but you have to understand that within your own existence, there is existence in you that you are created, you are given existence. And it is formed perfectly, and it is determined, the nature of it, nature of this, your existence is determined in a perfect way, and then guided to fulfill the function. It means everything will be working perfectly in harmony with each other. Now, if you are aware of it, and then you say, oh, look at this now. And within myself, I am equipped with almost everything, so let me not mess it up. Then you say, no, my maker must teach me how to use it, without putting me into trouble. For example, I am breathing, and all my respiratory system works perfectly. My heart works perfectly. Everything is perfectly arranged. So what should I do? I have to use my free will to keep this machine of human, as me, my being, to fulfill the purpose of its existence. What is it? Let me see, what is it? Let me think about it, what it can be. Yeah, why? The question comes afterwards now, at the very end, not at the beginning. Why am I made in the way that I'm made? Very simple. Very simple. Then you start reading the manual book in order to
find specific.
Sorry? In order to
Find the answer to your question.
Question what? Explain it clearly. Speak with a simple language, as Talu said it. Go to school like this. Look, what you want to do now, you don't want to, contradict the purpose of your existence. And you have to say, what is the purpose of my existence? Yeah, it is a very human question. Why am I here? What am I supposed to do here in this world? Yes, everything is perfectly arranged. I understand, and I have been given the consciousness, which makes me realize that I have been given with these equipments and everything in the perfect way. Why? Right? So, I don't know. The one who made me must explain it. Only after that, the verbal explanation helps you. Yeah.
So just to further clarify in my mind, when it says determines the nature of creatures, that can be understood as the way in which my human qualities function and interact with one another.
Perfectly. But not only in the physical sense.
Right.
Everything, including your consciousness.
Right.
Now,
that's what I
some
meant.
people say that human beings, the most important ability is to think. No, it is very important. But before this, the most important ability for human beings is consciousness. I am aware that I can think. I am aware that I can question. I am aware that I have free will. I am aware that I may misuse my free will. If you are not aware, you are not responsible for anything. You are not treated as a human being. I am aware that seems to be tautology, but it's not tautology. I am aware that I am aware. What a great thing. Nothing in existence has this quality. Nothing in existence has this quality. They are aware, they are given the ability to be aware that they are aware of their own qualities. And they can question. Now,
let me think more on this. And then
many things.
let me think more on this.
Things. This reflection is very important. Very good. Yeah. Don't get excited, man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm understanding that I'm understanding that the word, the way that you describe determine, had to do with miqdar or quantity, like exact
perfect measurement, and also according to the measurement to be able to fulfill it. It has the ability to realize it.
Right.
That's because it is very strange. The word miqdar and qudra comes from the same root, qadara. This qadara has these two different meanings, includes in it together. It means manifests the qualities together, be able to do it, and also makes it. For example, I can do something. I'm very powerful. Think about it. But if I don't use my power within measurement, it means I will be a stupid, powerful man. Do you understand? So qadara is a very interesting word. Don't say that I don't know Arabic. No, it has nothing to do with the Arabic language. It's a concept developed in the Quran. Right? So you have to study the Quran. It's a long time, and then you understand that this concept has these two qualities at the same time. He is able to do it, and he does it within a perfect measurement. It means in the right place, in the right time, for the right purpose. The qadara means this. That's why this determines the nature of the creatures. I mean, it's it's in Arabic, it's one word, qaddara. That we have to understand that. For example, you may be very knowledgeable, but if you use your knowledge in the wrong place, what happens? You are a stupid knowledgeable. You are a raya. Now, it must be rightly used. For example, if you are a teacher who knows the mathematics at the highest level, when you go to the primary school, you have to utilize your knowledge of mathematics according to the level of the students in this class. That's measurement. Measuring it in this perfect place. Right? If you speak to a person who understands better how to say, high level of solutions for the mathematical problems. To, you speak to them according to their level. It's measurement. So in the creation, you see that the power is manifesting, right? But at the same time, power is not manifesting without any measurement. Within the measurement. That is qudra, and at the same time, measurement, miqdar, the same word. It is amazing. It is amazing to understand this in our own creation. Yeah. Anything more? So that I have to finish and the time is almost up. So the following verse is easy to understand. For the fourth one, وَالَّذِي أَخْرَجَ الْمَرْعَى, which means, and the one who brings forth the pasture. Now, within the concepts of the Quran, the pasture represents what? There are animals, they need to eat food, and they need plants or something else. So look, their need and what they need is prepared separately. Do you understand? For example, it's a very simple, I think Talwi and I understand better. I need food, and separately food is prepared in California for me. Do you understand? Pasture. It means everything is tied up with each other in terms of needs. So do you notice that grass needs to be eaten by animals? If they grow wild, they don't really flourish, blossom better. So they have to be cut, they have to be eaten. And also animals need to eat them. Perfectly arranged, but in the separate places. I am here, my hunger, sense of hunger here, the soil and the air and the sunlight in California never know what I am doing here, and this is prepared to serve, to satisfy my hunger. This relationship is, in the Quran, this is, the first Bar'a is not used once here, in several places in the Quran. Why the relationship? In some verses, in certain verses, Quran describes in this way. It seems to be very simple because the Quran gives a very simple examples. Everybody can understand. For example, we created the mountain, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the climate, the rain, and the soil, and we sent the rain and prepared everything. For what? مَتَاعًا لَكُمْ وَلِأَنْعَامِكُمْ. As a food, source of nourishment for your need and for your animals. It means purposeful arrangement, connection between the acts of creation somewhere here and another act of creation somewhere completely different in different contexts. One of them is an animal which needs grass. The other one is soil, which has nothing to do with the animal. No knowledge, no wisdom, no consciousness, no purpose at all. Just soil. And they are employed in such a way that they complete each other's need. Perfectly arranged everything. For example, I feel that I have been given the need to see, right? My human sight, human quality. And I have been given the eye, right? The example, I feel that I have to think, I have to reason. If you cannot think, if you cannot reason, something happens, or God forbid, biological problems, what do you see? You panic. You pay everything to adjust or correct your brain to function. right? Because your need and the means to fulfill your need perfectly arranged. This seems to be very simple. The one who brings forth the pasture, you know, أخرج المرعى. It seems to be the one who created the grass there. Why? Why does the creator of this universe speaks that I created the pasture there? You have to think. Of course, you know, if you think and if you study the other parts, you can really link the dots together. You understand the line of thinking perfectly, right? So this verse, the verse 4, the one who brings forth the pasture means everything is perfectly tied to each other, demonstrating that the creator is consciously arranging the things perfectly. Not that, for example, why do you think am I given the sense of hunger? Not because something wrong in my existence.
Connect me.
Yeah, your hunger, you look for the food. So when you look for the food, you find the food prepared there. Your consciousness says, what's going on? Who prepared the food for me? For me. From the earth. Dirt. Who's doing that? Why? You understand that you are arranged together by a conscious, wise being in order to realize that he is creating, he is giving existence to everything to help my consciousness to realize that he is out there, taking care of you. Right? That is this, nothing to do with pasture itself. Understand? The connection between need and the satisfaction of the needs in this, demonstrating the purposeful arrangement so that you will be comfortable that, yeah, I need nourishment and the one who gave me existence is taking care of my need. He is compassionate, he is merciful, or he is very wise, he is very generous. You understand that, oh yeah, how? Because you eat from what the earth grows for you. You see the relationship? So don't be disappointed when you get ill, when you get old. These are all purposeful arrangements. Now, of course, we need to be aware that we have health, we are given health, and it's very precious. If there was no illness, no ailment created in the world, would you see the purpose in your existence that you are taken care of because you don't need anything and you don't know that somebody is taking care of you? You say, okay, I'm self-sufficient, finish. Yeah? So the purpose of your existence, what is meant to be in the existence of something, will be or would be missing if we don't pay attention to the creation of pastures. Okay, the last one, I'm going to, you know this, then reduce it to withered chaff. It means after they are used, fulfill its purpose, help you to realize that. I will give a very bad example. Please excuse me for it. You are hungry. Yeah. You eat, what happened after? You go to die. You understand? It fulfills this is purpose finished. You understand? Clear? It fulfilled its full mission. So get rid of it. So your body also. Your body is given to you to make the harmony, the perfect adjustment between human needs and the tools you are given. used for it. Yeah. Do you like the good smell? Let's give a good example. Beautiful smell of a rose, for example. Nowadays, the roses are artificially grown. They don't smell, but really this, let's say, this natural or not artificial, organic rose smells beautiful. Yeah, that's what we like. Right. So you need nose. So yeah, your feeling needs the tool to operate it. By the way, so the purpose of the pasture is not to be a pasture. The purpose in the existence of pasture is to teach the conscious human beings that we are carefully, compassionately, generously, mercifully taken care of. So our Creator is a very kind Creator. He is not an ordinary guy. Yep. And then finished. The purpose is finished. Now, in this life, human needs, human feelings are there. The body is given to us to fulfill the human feelings, to see the relationship, purposeful existence, experience it, yeah? For example, by seeing, by hearing, by smelling, by tasting, we see that everything is perfectly arranged. And it brings us to the conclusion. What is the conclusion? Somebody is taking care of me consciously, perfectly, mercifully, generously, yeah? And then do you pronounce it shaf or chaff? Chaff? Shaf. Okay. And then shaf means your body finished. Purpose. Fulfilled its function. Your body is now in the grave. What is the chaff? Shaf. Understand why do we need to die? After you eat, what do you do? Unnecessary things go to the toilet. Yeah, when you are given these tools, you use these tools, and that's the opportunity. The class finished. You got your degree now. The level is very important. You know, the GPA level is very important. But okay, what do you do now? You stop going to school. Now, you completed your education. The school is superfluous for you. Finished. When you graduate, do you go after the graduation? Do you still go to class and take the same control? You leave it. So this body is to be left as a chaff after it is fulfillment. So it is quite normal. It is quite wise that after the certain period of education, I have to leave this body behind as a chaff. Everything will go. That's what the Quran keeps saying, that the universe will be destroyed. Why? It fulfilled this purpose of existence, then it will turn into chaff. Yeah? True. Finish. It fulfilled it. Right?
I find it a little contradictory to say that the purpose ends when your life ends, because you're drawing purpose from the part of you that you know is eternal or needs to be.
So, okay.
Like, that's where I draw meaning from.
But life, ending the life in the form of this existence, getting rid of this body, is not the end of your existence.
Right.
So you as a human being must exist because your consciousness says, I don't want to fall into non-existence. Right. So you leave the body as if, for example, it is winter now here in this climate. Everybody has hot wool or good quality cotton, not like me, so good quality cotton clothes, and wears a lot. When summer comes, what do you do? Do you still wear the same clothes? Throw it. And put it somewhere. Next time. It means to take it off. The body is like this. Body is the cloth of yourself, which is called spirit or human soul. Body is like the cloth for your body is the tool.
So is our purpose very specific to our body?
Sorry?
Our purpose is, if I am asking myself, what is my purpose in the world? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? It is pretty much dictated because of my physical presence, like
physical
presence, like it's being dictated.
It is I am. It's I am. I don't know dictated, but it is how I am. Because I think of everything from my purpose from my perspective. Sorry, I think we should stop. Yeah, from my perspective, how I am. That's how I am, and I am using all these qualities in order to understand the purpose of my existence, not the purpose of my body's existence. Purpose of my human existence, and then what I do, okay, I learned it. Bye-bye. I don't need you anymore. That's the wisdom in death. I don't need this tool anymore. I learned what I want to do, right? That is why the Quran says, then reduce it to withered chaff. Why? It fulfilled its function, finished. The universe, when the universe fulfills its function, finished, throw it away. When, especially as far as we are concerned, in our real life conditions are concerned, when I have given the opportunity to educate myself, to train myself, here as I am using my ability, my bodily equipments in order to enlighten myself, what is going on, in order to answer my questions of my consciousness, actually. And then use your tools. That's what the Quran keeps saying, that what? Look at it, think about it, listen to something, right? Use your tools, it means. After you use your tools, you learn, what do? Yeah, when you use something, what do you do after you use it and finish it? What do you do? Yeah. For example, maybe example, the pen, this ballpoint pens that you are using. No. Okay, the pen. So when the purpose of it is to be used, the ink in it. Huh? When the ink finishes, what do you do? Okay. But it doesn't matter. The shelf is recycled, but as far as you are concerned, your body will be turned into, your body, not you, body turned into compost. But your body, but yourself must continue, because your consciousness says, I must exist eternally. I think it is too late. Announcement. Next week, the building will be closed for Christmas break. So we will have a break. Yes? Inshallah, we will start for next week, the next slide in the PowerPoint. But the purpose of our study of the Quran is not to learn the meaning of the words. Yeah, you notice that? Yeah, it is not an Arabic class, Arabic language class. How the Quranic concepts develop, and how we should really comprehend the concept, not the word, not the dictionary meaning, concept according to the purpose of the teaching of the Quran. That's very rare, to be careful. Not many people are paying attention to this side of the Quran. They are crazy about the Arabic language side of it, and or dictionary meaning of it, and different dictionaries, old dictionaries, new dictionaries, modern dictionaries, classical dictionaries, whatever. It has nothing to do with understanding the Quran. So we have to be careful. Inshallah, we shouldn't waste our time. Concepts are important. Quranic concepts. For example, we studied pasture. Nothing to do with dictionary meaning. We studied shaf, nothing to do with this dictionary meaning. We studied determinism, determines, to determine, nothing to do with the dictionary. And also forms in accordance with, not it was really sawa, make the things, if you look at the dictionary, it says make the things smooth. In the concept of the Quran, it's completely different. So we have to study the conceptual side of the Quran. That's what we are learning here. That is why I keep saying that this is this class is to learn somehow, as much as we know, the methodology of understanding the Quran. Methodology, not the language. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. 2 weeks later, Wednesday, but Saturdays in Woodhaven. Saturday's class will continue in Woodhaven. The building will be closed for the winter. But this is only for next Wednesday. Wednesday class will be cancelled only for next Wednesday.
Is there class this Saturday?
Yes.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Next Saturday in Woodhaven.
This Saturday, coming Saturday.
Yes. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? As long as we have the place, venue available to use. Alhamdulillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة السلام.